Welcome to a bonus episode of Window Dressing, all about Diane Keaton and the two music videos she directed for Belinda Carlisle in the late 1980s. This episode is in response to losing Diane on October 11th. I want to make clear up front that her support for Woody Allen does not extend to me or my guest today. Allen's actions are not Diane Keaton's. They are his. It's important that we don't hold women accountable for the bad acts of men. It's time to hold these men responsible for their own actions. I'm here with Frank Calvillo, my friend and podcast host of Whatever Happened to Bette and Joan. We're here today to talk about Diane Keaton and Belinda Carlisle. Hi, Frank.
Hey, it's good to see you again, as always.
It's good to see you too. Will you tell me a little bit about Diane Keaton and your connection to her and your interest in Belinda?
Sure. Well, I mean, I messaged you about this. The way this came about was because I messaged you saying, I'm so distraught. And you're like, oh my God, what happened? I said, it's Diane Keaton. It's like, oh my God, no, I just heard. And so we were just talking about her career because, as you know, she directed an episode of Twin Peaks in the second season.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I also mentioned, well, she directed, two Belinda Carlisle music videos. And you're like, what? And so we just
I
started.
had no idea.
I know, yeah. And we just started talking about that. And then I forget whose brainchild it was. One of us said, yes, let's talk about Diane Keaton and Belinda Carlisle and their two collaborations. And the other one said, yes, let's do it and talk about it on mic and, and let's go for it. And so that's what we're doing. But yeah, no, the reason it hit me so much was my dad really liked Diane Keaton a lot. He really liked her, and throughout the years, a lot of her movies he and I would see together at the theater. So it was Father of the Bride. It was Father
I
of the Bride
didn't
Part
know.
2. Yeah, First Wives Club, The Other
First Wives Club,
Sister.
yay! Sorry,
Yes,
I love
yeah,
that movie.
no, that's worth it, yay, for sure.
Yeah.
The Other Sister, Town and Country, Something's Gotta Give, The Family Stone we saw together. I think we saw Morning Glory together, and then the last movie that he and I saw together of hers was when Francis Ford Coppola released his cut of Godfather 3 in 2020. And it was a re-release, and so that was the last time that we saw her together. And it's funny because my father passed away in 2023, summer 2023. And then last year, December 2024, Diane Keaton out of nowhere released a Christmas single. It was a ballad and it's called Last Christmas. And it's a ballad about the first Christmas after a loved one has passed away. And she posted about it on her Instagram. I've heard it a few times. I'm a big Christmas music nut.
I love
Shamelessly,
it.
I am November 1st. I am blasting Christmas music, and yeah, until January after New Year's, pretty much. But
Right.
on her Instagram, she posted about it, and I heard it a couple times. I replied to her, or I commented on her post saying, "Thank you so much for this. My father. This is the second Christmas without my father, but it feels like the first, so this makes it feel a little better. He was such a huge fan of yours." And she replied with a white heart, with a white heart emoji. She didn't like it. She replied with a white heart,
Oh
and
my
which is so Diane
God.
Keaton, so Diane Keaton. And anyway, this last weekend,
I'm so happy to hear this story. I didn't know any of this. This
oh.
is cool.
Thank you. Well, yeah. So my dad's birthday is on October 10th, and so every year on his birthday, I go visit the cemetery. I drive the 5 hours back to my hometown, say hello to my mom, a couple of high school friends, but I go. The primary visit reason is to go and put flowers on his grave,
Right.
and so it's a little like it was driving back is when I got the news about Diane Keaton.
I
And
didn't
so,
know.
yeah. And so there's a little bit of a full circle moment
Oh.
that was just very, very touching and very, very special to me because of, I associated my dad, Diane Keaton, so much for a long time. And, and so Yeah, so this one was rough, Madeline. This one
Yeah.
was rough.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we're doing this.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. And I'm like, oh
Hmm. Yeah.
God, that's like really beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. But
So-
but Diane Keaton's just been great. I love that she's always had that sort of childlike wonder and curiosity, and she's one of the people that's been authentically herself. You look at someone and they're just like, that is them. That is so totally them. There was this one story I've heard Diane Keaton, and then we'll move on to Belinda, I promise. But
Okay. No, I'm happy to hear this.
she was driving along some street in Los Angeles, and she passed. I don't know if it was a loan, a savings and loan, or something like that. Somewhere that where you get money, basically, some
Right.
sort of like place like that. And she saw some man on his knees praying to the heavens. She was so struck by that image that she ran into a car that was in front of her. And of course, the driver was like, "Well, we're going to go to court and this and that." And so her defense was literally like, "But I saw this man and he was praying and he was praying for something. He was praying for help. And it was just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen." And this was like
Oh my
her in
God.
court saying this. It's like, this is why this happened. And it was just like, that's just the kind of
Yeah,
amazing
there's like
mind.
this insane honesty. It's not
That's just
insane.
like,
It's actually like super sane honesty.
exactly. That's just Diane Keaton in a nutshell for me.
Okay. I love that. And it is really true. She's always been herself and she really very much her personality shines through. She's never putting it on.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Yeah.
now Belinda.
Well, Belinda, I love that her voice is so, unique. And
Yeah.
even in the way she sings, she sounds very laid back and chill and cool. For
Yeah,
for
it's
the for the
true.
most part, there's other times where she just like let her rip or something. But she's
Right.
always like, yeah, it's me. I got this. I'm that cool chick you want to be friends with in high school. And I always thought that she never really got the credit she deserved for
She
being
didn't.
just like the songstress she is. And
Yeah, she really
I
didn't. I wonder why she didn't.
I don't know why either. I don't know why either. Well, I know why, I guess, because she went solo in the 80s when pop was still a thing. And then she
Right.
got caught up in the pop
This
rebellion.
time period. Yeah.
Yeah, the anti-pop rebellion, the anti-pop movement of the early 90s.
Yeah.
And that was what happened. And then also she just stopped recording. She stopped recording in the late 90s, and she was just a touring artist for a while. And then she started doing more recordings, more and more recordings. And she actually released an album this past summer called "Once Upon a Time in California," which is a cover
Oh.
album. Yeah, it's a cover album, and it's got a bunch of songs that she was influenced by when she was growing up in Southern California. And it's a beautiful album. And I actually saw her in concert 3 years ago. I guess she came here to Austin, and amazing.
Both of them are from Southern California, isn't that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they both are.
I think Belinda's from Thousand Oaks.
I think so. And Diane Keaton is from Santa Ana.
Oh yeah, I think she was born in the city and then I only know this because I watched a documentary
Oh,
today.
right,
But
right.
yeah, yeah. But I love that. I mean, I love a Southern California girl. But you're right. I think the reason she didn't get the credit is because she got caught up in a really specific moment of pop in the
Hmm.
80s and then had to live through the 90s. And then I was just reading that she was dropped from her label when she was 40, which was 98. So that's when she kind of
Yeah,
started thing.
yeah, and she
Something
was
to that effect. I don't know the detail. I don't want to like get it wrong, but
well, she was also like bigger when the 90s came around. She started to become bigger in Europe than she had
yeah.
in America. I think the Europeans really embraced her more than we did, which is a shame because her first three albums, we're talking about the two videos that we're talking about today are from the second album, but her first three albums were like gangbusters. I mean, she was doing like Britney level type
Yeah, there was just such a
success.
cultural shift. I think that you're right
Yeah,
about that. It's just there's just such a shift. So many everything changed.
right, right, absolutely.
Um, I don't have as personal of a connection to either woman, except for I really do love Belinda Carlisle, but it's never been, it's like I was born in 85. I grew up with her. And I agree with you. There is a quality to her voice, and also she's got a real Anne Margaret vibe that I always
Mm.
connected with.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got, and I think it's more than just the red hair, but like I could be wrong because I like truly almost love every single redhead. So I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow, look at
Yeah.
her hair. You know what
Yeah,
I
I know.
mean? But
Redheads
really,
were
like,
born to stand out. They were born to stand
God, they are
out.
so freaking cool. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is it Jessica Rabbit thing? Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
maybe that is what
That's it.
what
That's
it
it.
boils down to.
I think
That's
it does
that.
because I think I was like 6 or something when maybe younger when I first like, and she was so I remember being like, "Wow, look at
Yeah.
her hair."
That's
Anyways,
fair. Oh, well, let's not forget Lucy. Lucy was like
yeah,
also.
I mean, I love her, but
Yeah.
it wasn't, but maybe because it was black and white, so I didn't see until later. And
That's true.
I grew up
Yeah.
with the black and white I Love Lucy's.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think there's a quality to her movement, to her dancing that really does remind me of Anne Margaret. That just like sort of
Mm.
like unteachable, and I would say wild doesn't really. It's not wild. It's just sort of
Well,
innate.
it's so organic and it's
That's
so
right. It's
natural, and
yeah,
it matches her singing quality, which is so
yeah,
effortless. It feels
yeah.
effortless. Just her, she feels effortless in what
Yeah,
she's
it's
doing.
really you're so right. And it's just like it doesn't feel performative even in these music videos which are incredibly like of the performative era of music videos, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
We've got to get into it. So where do you
Okay.
want to start? Do you want to start with Heaven or
Let's start with Heaven. That was the
okay.
number one. That was it put her on the map as a solo. She had a hit. She had Mad About You for
Right.
the first album, but this
Yeah.
was like, through the roof,
And
gangbusters.
everybody knows this song too.
Yeah.
Like I don't care even if you're 12, you know this song now.
Yeah.
Like I have so many questions. So I really focus on the I Get Weak video because I connect to it more
Right. Hmm.
strongly. And I honestly didn't have a clear memory of the Heaven video, but it is
Hmm.
wild.
It
So let's get into
really is.
what the hell is going on with the like, do you remember those glow in the dark, those plastic globes? I do.
Yeah. The illuminated, so you have a bunch of like kids, but they're holding illuminated globes
Mhm.
and they're just like, moving them. It's a very abstract video with images that don't make the most sense,
Mm-mm.
really, at all. And yet they work
They
for the
work.
song, I feel, because of the way that Diane positions the camera. The setups that she composes, and especially in the way she frames Belinda. I love the overhead shots
Oh, me too.
looking down on Belinda. There's one where she's in a corner.
Yeah, a lot of it's in that corner.
Yeah, and she's looking up and she's attacking the lyrics. She's making the proclamation where she says, "I'm not afraid anymore," and she's just like just aggressively just
Yeah.
getting it out, and it's so
Yeah.
powerful. And Keaton frames that so magnificently, I feel.
Yeah, I do. That's one of the main moments where I'm like, Jesus, her dancing ability, her
Yeah.
movement
Mm.
is so wild and skilled because of that corner. Like she's in a freaking corner and she's dancing in this way as if there is nothing holding her in.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thing to see. I'm sure a lot of it is framing.
Right. Yeah. No, it totally is, and I think it's also the setting as well because they shot most of this in what was then Valencia, now
Yeah,
Santa
no,
Clarita.
well, it's yeah, you're right. They call it Santa. I was like, why do they call it a different thing? Yeah, that's right by my old school.
All
Kind
right,
of,
nice.
yeah, it's Magic
Yeah.
Mountain, right?
Yeah, in the Six Flags and partially in the theme park ride. And now, like we have, see, like I remember this Jessica Simpson video, and I like Jessica Simpson when
I do too. I'm
she,
happy about her comeback, by the way.
I know, me too, me too.
God damn it, she deserves it.
Her last song, her last single, which is now
I can't remember it.
is escaping me. It's such a banger, and it's such a
No,
banger.
it's good. It just came like a month ago or something, right?
It has like a southern song.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good though. I think I know what you're talking about.
I need to look it up. I need to like
Yeah, can you look it up? Because I'm like,
yeah.
we're gonna go on a Jessica Simpson tangent, but like, I am so glad that she's getting the redemption arc that she
I
deserves.
know.
I mean,
Yeah.
truly, like, And
She's waited a long time
a
for
long
it.
fucking time, and what she's
Uh-huh.
doing with her hair is
Yeah.
like, have you
Uh,
seen it? She looks like the blonde Elvira. It's
she
fucking
kind of, well,
fabulous.
she's so owning herself now, and
I love it.
finally, and God bless her,
I
she
feel
deserves
chills.
to.
I know. I have her memoir. I bought it not that long ago.
All right.
Haven't read it yet, but
Yeah.
it's
I've heard good things about that
I
memoir.
think it's good. Yeah, so have I. But anyway, sorry,
No,
Jessica.
but the song is called "Use My Heart Against Me."
Oh yes.
Yes, and it's a banger. It is
Yeah,
amazing.
it is
Um,
so good.
but like, there's a single on her first album, "I Think I'm in Love with You," which is a great
Mhm.
song. It's a great song. But there's a shot in there because it takes place like on a boardwalk, and like there's like a carnival nearby, an amusement park,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and she's in the in a carnival ride, laughing with her friends. It's one of those like laughing with your friends when the ride's going on, and it's such a
Yeah.
stylized, and it's been done so many times. And I'm not picking on just because since then. I'm picking on that sort of
Right.
like on that
Right.
sort of
That
like
trope.
trope,
Yeah.
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 But this is Diane Keaton shooting the effects of a ride and the Disney of it. And
Ah.
that's where some of the sort of like hyper real or surreal that just was not done for a music video.
Connections that are like, okay, you could see how that corner is like her corner of the world and her
Hmm.
corner of Earth, so to speak, and like
Hmm.
the people or the children holding the globes are like sort of marching in place because time moves forward or whatever. Like you can kind
Right.
of do that, but the what you're talking about with like turning this trope on its head, you would not be able to discern like intellectually unless you knew that. So it's like more of an emotional impact. And
Right. Yes.
that's the brilliance in what you're talking about, I think.
And I think this whole video, she was able to execute this concept when she did because this video was made in the early days. I mean, this is '87. Videos
Right.
have been around for like maybe like 3, 4 years, maybe 5 years,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, MTV started in 81, but like really there weren't that many. So I
Yeah,
mean, they came out for that market pretty much.
right. And this was the early days, basically, when videos
Mhm.
were truly expressive. They were just
Yeah.
walking like art installations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they totally were.
they didn't need storylines so much as just creative imagery, and that spoke to the sensibilities of both Belinda Carlisle and Diane Keaton. I
Yeah.
feel. I also got to say, I think, not I think, I love that Diane cast, and I'm assuming it was her because she's the director, and so she has casting approval. I love
Mhm.
that she cast Belinda's real life husband
Me
as the
too.
love interest in this.
I looked that up right away because I was
Yeah,
like, I don't like how he's like, it just felt like really intimate. And I was like,
yeah.
"What?" And then I looked that, and then I found that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Morgan Mason, for those who don't know, son of the actor James Mason. They met 6 months after James Mason had passed away. They moved in together after one weekend of
Oh
being
my
around
God, that's
each
so
other.
romantic.
And then, hang on, they were married a month later,
Oh,
and they're still together. They're still
that is
together. In
so adorable.
In fact, her IG handle is travels with Mrs.
With Mrs.
Mason.
Mason. Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
I know that. Yeah. And I like, oh my God, I swear to God, I'm gonna cry. I was gonna ask you if you've seen the this is kind of separate subject, but if you've
Hmm.
seen the Diane Keaton made for TV movies that she directed that Patricia Arquette was in. Apparently there were two of them. I think
Mm.
one of them, I found one of them, but I couldn't find the second one. Now I can't remember. It's like Place in the Sun is one of them or something like that.
I've only seen I've seen both her feature films that she directed,
Okay.
and Unstrung Heroes and Hanging Up. And then the only TV movie I saw that she directed was a movie called Northern Lights, where she plays this woman from the big city who inherits, not inherits, but her estranged brother dies, and his young son is left in her care.
Was
And
Patricia Arquette in it?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
think it was '97.
we've got to find these Patricia Arquette ones because she also did the voice of this biography I watched. I watched like a
Oh, okay.
2002 A&E biography.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
but she was the narrator. Patricia Arquette was the narrator, and I was like,
Oh,
okay, so they
cool.
must be close. And I mean, I'm such a huge fan of Patricia
I
Arquette.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious about their relationship, and I did want to dig up those movies. But that's an aside. We'll come
Yeah.
back to that maybe another time. But
No, that's cool. We can do that
okay,
too.
yeah.
I gotta say, talking about the song thing, for my money, it's one of the best songs that's ever been written. Lyrically, it is so wise, and I think the video, in its abstractness and
Yeah.
its weird, crazy imagery and its unconventionality, it helps to bring out more of the philosophical aspects of the song. The lyrics really do rise to the top, and I'm going to recite some now,
Please do.
because you know we know the beat, and we
Yeah,
know
it's
how
in
it
your head.
goes.
Like I've already forgotten the beat for I Get Weak, even though I love, love,
Yeah,
love, love the
I
song and
love that
video.
Get Weak. Yeah,
Right. But
but
it's like not in my head like heaven. Yeah.
but I don't think it gets the credit enough for being Heaven is the Place on Earth. I don't think that gets enough credit for its really soulful messaging. Like, it's in this world, we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. Maybe I was afraid before, but I'm not afraid anymore. And it says, "Oh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Like, do you get it? Like, do you know, like, how valuable and important that state of
Yeah.
being and that realization is?" And that song, "Heaven is a Place on Earth," it's about what we have now. What we have here and now is ethereal, and it's powerful, and it's magical, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful. And I think that speaks to Diane Keaton's journey with her own self-discovery, which she was always famously, like, very open about.
Yeah.
And that curiosity and that wonder, that I just think it's the perfect mix between song and artist and director and vision. It's so unconventional, but it worked, and it's iconic, and it's gonna live on.
I did not have a memory of how wild it is. Like it's just it deserves a lot more talk. I mean, I'm sure there has been a lot of talk, but I feel that it should be kind of on everybody's tongue, because it is,
Right.
especially now with the demise of MTV, we should not be forgetting this stuff. We need to.
I was gonna say, yeah, because that's just like, oof, that's
I know. I mean, it's not like it
no.
wasn't already gone, but
I know, but it's like the final nail in the coffin. And the thing is that MTV, if you're of that generation, it was the gateway for a lot of young people finding themselves.
it
And
was our whole lifetime too.
yeah,
Like you and
yeah.
I, it's our life.
Hmm.
That's the span of our life, and for it to go away is really fucking tragic.
I know, it really is. It
It's
really
like,
is.
okay. So can we go to I Get Weak?
Yeah, I got no more else. I think I've said my piece on Heaven is Place on Earth. It's
Okay.
amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is really good. Okay. So I love this music
Mm,
video.
yeah.
I okay. I have a lot to say. So I'm
Let her
okay.
rip.
Okay, first of all, so the guy that's okay. The best part about this music video is the love interest isn't like groping her. Well, it was her husband, right? So
And the first
right.
one? Yeah,
In
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
one is his husband. But in
Yeah.
this one, he's just on a screen. So he's not even like flesh and blood present, which is fun. And it's Tony Ward, who was also in the Madonna Justify My Love music video.
Right.
So that's an interesting, like a music video hottie of the day. But it's weird because I don't even think I could describe him. Like, I don't know. Like, there's something about like it. I don't know if we don't see his whole face at once or what, but like, it's
I think
very.
he's like
Go ahead.
he feels like he belongs in, like, the sort of, like, the days of Greek mythology, or
Yeah. He's an
something.
Adonis type. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the first scene of the music video, it's like a screening room essentially. He's on the screen. She walks in and she's got this sort of like it's like almost like a manic pixie dream girl haircut, but because it's
It's
88.
very 80s, very,
Yes, it's
very
very 80s.
80s.
It's
Yeah.
very 80s. But it's just
Everybody knew a girl that had
that
that
hair, right?
hairstyle. Yes,
And I
yes.
And I literally wrote, because it's 88, it could be a little bit confusing, if not deceiving, because it could indicate coolness or maleness or like
Mm-hmm.
childlike wonder, which is where I land, and
Right.
why I'm using I don't think that term was coined until the 90s, but where
Probably
I'm
not. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when we're talking about Diane Keaton and we're thinking about wonder and childlike wonder and like that,
Mm-hmm.
the first scene she would be in this kind of like, she's wearing an oversized like overcoat that's like raglan sleeve, which is also very in, like, you think Adventures of
Yeah.
Babysitting type, but a little
Yes.
bit, yeah, but a little bit even like childlike. She's wearing striped socks that are big, and then sort of like loafers, but not like just sort of awkward loafers. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right. Right.
And so it does have this kind of like little girl feeling that really does remind me of Diane.
Because Diane Keaton loved fashion, but
Yeah.
she really approached it in a way that, and I don't mean this to say she was immature or anything, but she approached it as, with the
Is
same sort of
play.
enthusiasm, yeah, like playing
Yeah.
dress up.
Yeah, it was
In that,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and there was just such an exhilaration in that for her, and to
Yeah.
just embody just different sort of, it shows like she was one with like the colors and the
Yes.
patterns, and she's like, yes, just be all over me, sort of thing.
Yes, totally. Like it was and she definitely was the type that wore the clothes they didn't wear her. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yeah,
it was like a childlike play. And that's totally this first scene. And but you can see her hair is red, which I
yeah,
love. And
yes.
she's got these red roses that are like 80s red roses because they're long stemmed with all the leaves. I hate leaves on roses. And so
All
it's
right.
so when I see 'em,
What a thing to hate, Madeline.
I'm just like, why don't you take those leaves off those roses? But
That's
then I'm like,
fair. Okay.
this is 88, and there's not, that's what they did.
Yeah.
But I weirdly know a lot about like the flower bouquet trends in the 80s because of Murder She Wrote. Because
Oh,
they
of course. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
got like there was this like especially for wedding bouquets, like there was this 20s kind of drip bouquet that came back into fashion in the 80s.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
just like
interesting.
yeah, I'm thinking about Donna's wedding episode, but we'll
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
but then Belinda like transitions out of her what I describe as like a puppy love era to lust, and she's in
Mhm.
like it's, and by the way, the whole video is black and white except for these pops of color, which sounds sort of cliched now, but right, not then.
It's very, very Diane Keaton from a style point of view. She was someone who loved black and white.
Yeah.
There are stacks and stacks and stacks of photos of her in black and white, but
Uh-huh.
she was famous for that. But she also loved pops of color.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with her. I've been watching a lot of interviews recently.
Yeah.
The one interview, she's just decked out all in black, and she's at a table. This is a
Uh-huh.
round table sort of interview, and
Okay.
it's black from the top. There's not the long
Toe.
sleeve because she didn't do sleeveless a lot of times.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's black. It's just all black, and all of a sudden she raises her hands to say something, and she has on the brightest blue gloves. That was her. It was black and white, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, pops of
Yeah.
vibrant color.
Yes, and here's a thing that it's like, I don't know when when that became like a cliched like look, the black and white with like a pop of a red
Mm-hmm.
or a pink or whatever, but it definitely was not cliched at this time. But the
No.
more important thing, besides the gloves, because there's lots of gloves in this video and
Yeah.
it's amazing, but the
Yeah.
tones that she uses, it's not just
Mhm.
that red or a blue. They are the most beautiful and fun and like, girly isn't the right word, but I make this point about like the romance of this man and of everything of her feeling for him is like all about like romantic imagination that happens within her brain and her body. And there's
Mm-hmm.
something about like the tones of the colors that she uses that supports that, like they're
Mm-hmm.
jewel tones. There's like a
Yes.
beautiful pink and apricot, and there's that like a bright blue that's like sky, and then there's the fucking chartreuse, the
Yes.
most amazing color. It's so beautiful. And she's like lying on this, like everything's black and white, lying on this bed that has white sheets that are silk. She's wearing a white silk or satin, I'm not sure which, like button up sort of a dress or undergarment type of deal. Like it's like an, I
Right.
don't know exactly what it is, but and her lips, they're not red, they are hot pink, which
Yes.
is so amazing because it feels like more romantic, more childlike, more girl, more like within the realm of women and less
Yeah.
about like sex, like
Mhm.
outright, and more about like the romantic notions that they come like
Yeah.
that you come up with in your head. But anyways, to the
Well, it's like
church.
because it's like falling in love with romance. That's the
That's
stage.
right. Or like,
Yeah.
you know when you like leave a relationship and you miss the person and then you're like, were they fun or was I fun? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like were they great or like was I great? Or like
No.
did I like support this story that they were just like in? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's
I know
like
that.
that. So it's like a fairy tale, like you're saying all the things that you're saying about Diane Keaton really are connecting with like the way that I saw this video.
Yeah. Well, wait. I got some more revelations for you, but I want you to
Ooh.
continue your thoughts.
The sheets behind her change colors, and then it goes chartreuse, and then
Yes.
and then the shots match up with the lines, which are
Yes.
is
Yes.
that what you're gonna say?
Well,
Oh,
yeah. That's
okay.
one of the things. Uh,
What are the
can't,
lines? Okay, I wrote it
can't
somewhere.
walk, can't talk.
Can't walk, can't talk. So she's
Yeah.
bound on her
Yes.
ankles,
Ankles. Yes.
and then gagged. And
Yeah.
now I believe she's bound with chartreuse and gagged with apricot.
Yes. Yes. Same color as that amazing chair that she's sitting on. Do you remember the chair?
Yes, do I remember the chair? It's almost like a it's almost like one of those like round like
Yeah.
what are yeah, it's almost like a
I
food,
I want I
but it's
want to
like
say
not
I want to say it's
gorgeous.
like mod period, like 60s, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it's that like 80s does deco kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. But
Mhm.
anyways, the fact that her lips are pink and on the combinate color combo of pink and chartreuse to me is like very important in this music video. And I'm going to let you say what you were going to say, but I'll get to why. But one of the main reasons why is the other women in the video all have red lips and
Yes.
hers are hot pink.
Mhm.
Why? I don't know. But let's talk.
Well, speaking on the colors and the black and white,
Yeah.
the juxtapositions, Diane Keaton was always someone who saw the power and beauty of design when it came to expression. So in that way, it's no wonder that she took to this medium. I wish she did it more.
Me
But
too.
but she was a movie star during this era. That was
Yeah.
her full time job. This was like an interesting little detour. The song itself is a great song. It's a banger.
Yeah, it is.
It's not as philosophical as Heaven is a Place on Earth, but it still has some key lyrics to it that are very telling. There's that
Yeah.
one in the first bridge where Belinda sings, "All that's left of my strength is a memory." When you fall for somebody,
That's how it is. You like,
that's how it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Like I'm done for. I'm a goner.
Yeah, I'm
You
over.
know.
It's over. Yeah, I'm now
Yeah.
like, yeah.
This is obviously, I think we pointed out, this is certainly the more cinematic of the two
Yeah.
videos, but also the more autobiographical when it comes to Diane Keaton herself. This has not a conventional storyline, but it does have a storyline about that touches on the complicated issues regarding love. And we know Diane famously had complicated feelings herself about love. And despite some very high profile romances with, Woody Allen, Warren Beatty, Al Pacino, the only time those three had ever been linked together, because there's no other
Yeah,
reason,
right?
but no
Yeah,
other
yeah.
reason to put them together. They don't hang,
Ironically, it reminds me of Mia Farrow's dating history.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah,
a good point.
yeah,
Sinatra, hello.
right. I know.
Um,
Right? Jesus. Okay, gone.
but Diane Keaton wasn't shy about confessing the fact that I'm paraphrasing her, that the opposite sex scared her and love itself scared her, but she also knew that she was drawn to it at the same time. And
Right.
so it was a little bit of a conflict there. And there are hints in the performance that Belinda's giving, and in the shots of the various women swooning over the gorgeous man on the screen.
Yeah.
Diane Keaton said she had ideas and she had fantasies about being with both Alan and Beatty, not Al Pacino, because she didn't meet him until she met
Right. So she was
before.
talking
But
before she met Al Pacino. Is
yeah,
that
but
right?
before. That's right. Yeah, I really want to focus on Beatty because
Yeah.
she first saw him when she was working as an usher in a movie theater that was showing Slender in the Grass. And this was during her high school days in Santa Ana.
Wow.
She saw him on the screen and was just like all over, falling all over herself. And look at this video. It's adoring a man on the big screen. This
And then all
beautiful
of his
man.
other adoring fans as
Yes,
well, who maybe possess
exactly.
like a more direct link to like this sellable sensuality.
Yeah. But Diane Keaton, who always felt like she was the pink lipstick girl, not the red lipstick girl, she is telling her own, she's giving so much of herself, putting so much of
God,
herself
that's
into
such a
this
great
video.
read.
The opening line of the song, "When I'm with you, I shake inside." To be filled with so much intense energy and passion for someone that you have that kind of reaction. It's so incredible and very special, even if it's not sustainable. Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody can exist with that much
Energy,
intensity
like
in them.
kinetic. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So the one thing that I said about the end of the video, like when all the women have already like fainted over themselves, with their red lips and their red fans and kind of unable to control themselves, and she just sort of smiles with her pink lips, like
Yeah.
excited, but like not it's the romance that lives inside of a woman's head. It's not as
Hmm.
visceral, right? Even though it's not visceral, but it's just not that kind of visceral. But at the
Right.
end of the video, the hordes of women are sort of left in this unrequited stage of lust, whereas the romance in her heart and mind of Belinda becomes real when she steps literally into the screen. So there is
Yeah.
this like this, it's almost like a morality play in a way, because it's like, and I don't mean like literal morality, but I mean like it's almost like there's a lesson, and the lesson is that like the wonder wins, you know?
I agree with that. I think that's true.
And now that I know this background about her, like the way that she first saw Warren Beatty, that changes everything, because then now I can
Yeah.
see Diane in it in a
And
way
well,
that I didn't understand.
and she stepped into the screen herself, didn't she? I mean, she
Yeah.
literally, they not only were together for many, many years, she was his leading lady in Reds in 1981.
Yeah.
She literally stepped into the screen, and this is all after that, obviously, several years after that. So this is her reflecting on all that.
That is
it's
wild.
a diary, it's a memoir, it's a very, very personal piece that she
So
made
that's,
here.
I also there's a couple other things I really want to mention.
Oh,
The
go for it.
the flaming heart with the flower on it,
Hmm.
which is so of its era. And
Yes.
it looks also, I want to just point out, exactly like my cat Donna's box of ashes, which is the exact same.
Oh.
I swear to God, my cat's it's like exactly the same as that. It has a flower. It's the flower on the heart that does it. And
Yeah.
I love this. It reminds me of Heart of Midnight, which is that year, same year, that movie. And
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it's just like, which was a kind of a Blue Velvet ripoff, but very good movie. But anyways, well, it's not very
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's just
Okay.
I like it. But I mean, I do actually think it's very good. But regardless, and then also I really liked how the flaming, like there was photographs of them that were in flames, like as individuals of her and of him, but him was purple, and it like made me feel like his auric field was that of a prince, and I liked that. There's
Okay.
like these
Yeah.
fairy tale touches to the storytelling that I really enjoyed.
You're right. And again, that's also Warren Beatty, who was so adored by so many,
Right.
and and put on that kind of pedestal.
Absolutely. Do we have final thoughts?
I just want to just read a little bit about what you mentioned, that Belinda is one of the many celebrities and collaborators that reached out or spoke out after
Yeah.
her death, and I just jotted down a couple of. She said, "I can't. She was such a talent and a big part of my career. She directed 2 videos of mine, Heaven is a Place on Earth and I Get Weak. She was kind and eccentric, and I was blessed to know her." I mean, yeah, that's just every tribute is giving me the feels, Madelaine. Every single one.
I know. I like it that Al Pacino said he should have married her.
I know.
Are there any
Yeah.
other really good ones we want to share, like to leave people with to remember?
Goldie Hawn's. Let me pull up Goldie
Please, please,
Hawn.
please, please. Yes, Goldie, Goldie, Gold. Sorry, I got really excited.
No, that's
Youth
fine.
and
That's
beauty,
okay.
man. That's the ticket.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, God. Oh, I love First Wives. Now that's a movie that should
I
be
know.
talked about at length.
I know. Goldie Hawn said, "Diane, we aren't ready to lose you. You've left us with a trail of fairy dust filled with particles of light and memories beyond imagination. How do we say goodbye? What words can come to mind when your heart is broken? You never liked praise, so humble. But now you can't tell me to shut up, honey. There was and will be no one like you. You stole the hearts of the world and shared your genius with millions, making films that made us laugh and cry in ways only you could. I was blessed to make the First Wives Club with you. Our days starting with coffee in the makeup trailer, laughing and joking, right through to the very last day of filming. It was a roller coaster of love. We agreed to grow old together, and one day maybe live together with all of our girlfriends. Well, we never got to live together, but we did grow older together. Who knows? Maybe in the next life. Shine your fairy dust up there, girlfriend. I'm gonna miss the hell out of you."
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God.
I
The
know.
growing old together and living together. I just like,
I
that
know.
really got me. That really got me.
Yeah.
I really do hope that people like see like the stuff that you're describing about what's special to her about you, and they appreciate that. I've heard a lot of like NPR did something about her that was just almost like, I don't know, I don't know, there was like this tone to it. She was like a fashion icon, and it's like, of course she was a fashion icon, but it's just almost like they definitely like there's this erasure of like the joy that she exudes that I honestly even forgot about until you started talking about it. So
Yeah. On that cheery note.
I know. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for listening to Window Dressing. I'm Madelaine Jane Auble. And a special thanks to my guest today, Frank Calvillo, a brilliant writer and podcast host. I'll be back soon with my regularly scheduled programming, which just so happens to include another bonus episode, this time for Halloween.